Hi everyone, welcome back to Virtual Programming with Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley. My name is Miss Chelsea and I work at the Downtown Club here in Appleton. If you're interested in knowing what's happening with the picture that you saw at the beginning of the video, then you should definitely keep watching this video because I am going to read to you today Hang On Hopper by Marcus Pfister. I'll be reading this book to you with permission from Scholastic. So if you're interested in learning what was happening to Hopper and how he figures out his problem, you're definitely going to want to stick around and hear the book. So let's get started. Hang On, Hopper by Marcus Pfister. Spring had finally come to the high plains. Feeling restless, Hopper said to his mother, "Now that the snow has melted, may I go down into the valley and play with my friend Scamp?" "Of course you may," she said, "but remember how far it is, and make sure you get home before dark." "I will, Mama," said the little Arctic hare, and off he ran. The forest where Scamp lived was a wonderful place for games of hide and seek, and the two young hares played happily all afternoon. Suddenly, Hopper realized how late it was. "Oh no," he said, "I promised I'd be home before dark." "Don't worry," said Scamp. "I know a shortcut across the river." "But I can't swim," said Hopper. "Anyone can swim," said his friend. "It's easy." Hopper nervously dipped a paw in the river. "Are you sure I can do this?" he asked. "The water is very cold." "You're just scared," said Scamp. "I'm not. Watch me." And he boldly jumped in. Hopper lowered himself into the river and pushed off from the bank. At once, he disappeared under the water. Then he bobbed back up again, coughing and sputtering. "Help!" he gasped, swallowing another mouthful of water. Hopper felt the current pulling him. He was sure he was going to drown. "Grab that piece of wood!" called Scamp. Hopper managed to splash over to a wooden plank that was floating in the river. He clung tightly to the plank and saw Scamp running along the riverbank. But the current grew so strong that Scamp could not keep up. As he watched his friend disappear around a bend, he shouted out, "Hang on, Hopper!" Slowly, the current grew weaker, and the river opened into a small pond. Hopper was washed up against an island of twigs and branches. He clambered out of the water and shook himself dry. "Hey, watch where you're stepping. That's my house," said a deep voice behind him. Hopper turned and found himself face to face with a beaver. "How did you get here?" asked the beaver, and Hopper told him everything that had happened. "That shortcut was a big mistake," said the beaver. "Water is dangerous. Stay away from it if you can't swim." "I will," said Hopper, looking rather ashamed of himself. "And I'm sorry I stepped on your house. I didn't know it was a house. There is no door." "Oh, yes there is," said the beaver. He slid into the water, twisted, turned, and disappeared under the pile of sticks. "That was good," said Hopper when the beaver came back. "When winter comes, I'm going to build myself a house like this, with a secret door under the snow." Then he looked anxious. "I should be at home now," he said. "Mother will be worried about me. How can I get back across the water?" "I'll help you," said the beaver. "Just climb on my back." Hopper held on tight as the beaver swam strongly across the pond. The beaver set him down gently on the riverbank. "Off you go, little hare," he said kindly. "Come back another day and I'll give you swimming lessons." "Hopper!" his mother was calling from the edge of the forest. Scamp had run to get her, and they had been searching for Hopper all along the river. Hopper was so happy to see her that he forgot how scared he had been. "I was swimming, Mama," he said proudly. "You should have seen me." Scamp had been even more frightened than Hopper. "I'm very sorry," he said to Hopper's mother. "It was my fault for making Hopper take that shortcut. But please, will you let him stay with me tonight so we can play again tomorrow?" "Only if you promise that there will be no more shortcuts," said Hopper's mother with a smile. It was already dark when the two little hares reached Scamp's home. His mother was waiting anxiously for him, knowing what trouble Scamp could get into. When they told her all about their day, she smiled but shook her head. "Tomorrow, you must both stay close by me," she said. "No more swimming for either of you." Then, with Scamp's mother watching over them, the two best friends snuggled down together and went to sleep. The end. So when you first saw the picture at the beginning of the video, what did you think was happening to Hopper? Do you have any ideas of how it would work out? How did that match up with what happened in the story? I'd be really interested in hearing what your predictions were from the beginning of the video, so you can go ahead and share or comment those if you would like. Otherwise, that concludes our read aloud for today. I hope you enjoyed reading Hang On Hopper by Marcus Pfister. I'm really proud of each and every one of you for continuing to learn and grow each and every day, and for using your critical thinking skills while predicting what's going to happen in the book. I wish each and every one of you all the best, and I'll see you on the next video.